Hi there, it's Dat Ngo here. Welcome back to my English podcast. Before we learn something new together today, I just want to say thank you for listening to and supporting my podcast. My primary goal is to get all of you to be familiar with learning new and exciting things in English. And sorry if my voice sounds kind of weird and funny today. I am having a cold, but don't worry, we can still learn new things today. Many of us have traveled on airplanes. We all have to turn off our phones or put it into airplane mode before the planes take off. Have you ever wondered what the risks would be if we didn't follow the flight attendant's instructions? Will continue using Facebook bring down the whole plane? Well, it could, at least in theory. The concern is that portable electronic devices like your phones or tablets could cause electromagnetic interference that would disrupt the communication or navigation systems in the plane. One type of interference, known as front door interference, happens when radio waves leak out windows and other cracks in the metal frame and are detected by the antennas on the outside of the plane. Those antennas are used to communicate with air traffic controllers or with GPS satellites, so it could make it more difficult to send and receive these critical messages. There is also backdoor interference, where radio waves interfere with signals running through the cables inside the planes, which could scramble onboard electronic systems. However, since the 1980s, electrical systems on aircraft have been able to withstand lightning and other sources of electromagnetic disturbance, which probably shields them from the tiny amount of interference from the phone or tablet. No electronic gadgets have ever been proven to cause serious problems. Individual pilots have claimed that some of their instruments went haywire when passengers turned on certain devices, but it's tough to show cause and effect. Most of the time, when investigators try to recreate the problem, nothing happens. So, while some interference is possible, it doesn't seem to happen much and cause huge problems that jeopardize plans. There is another reason why cell phones are banned in flights. Phones on the air can clog up the cell signals for people on the ground. Phones in the air might be close to a bunch of cell towers at once, confusing the system. Also, since the airplane is moving super fast, the phones will be trying to connect to tower after tower, taking up precious bandwidth. It turns out that doesn't really happen because planes nowadays have all that shielding we talked about earlier. Having your phone transmitting probably won't bring down the plane or clog up the cell's networks. Even though it is literally not the end of the world if you use your phone during a flight, I would still suggest that you follow the rule by turning on airplane mode. Just because the risk is small does not mean that it does not exist. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I hope that you did learn something new today. Don't forget to sub to get more useful videos every week. See you guys next time.